Also set to happen today, a pretrial conference for the man accused of driving drunk and killing his girlfriend. On July 1st of last year, 28-year-old Caitlin Gress died after a car accident. It happened at the intersection of Pleasant and Barton Streets in Granby. 30-year-old Corey Maynard was driving the car, and according to police, Maynard lost control of his car, causing it to hit mailboxes, telephone poles, before rolling into the opposite lane and hitting a car driving in the other direction. When crews arrived to that scene, Gress was taken to the hospital where she died. Maynard has since pleaded not guilty to criminal charges of motor vehicle homicide while under the influence of alcohol, negligent operation, and manslaughter.